they have Josh Gordon come back, and now we learned that, Patrick Chung had a cocaine violation, or it was a position of cocaine. So that's interesting, to say the least.
Busted.
We get over one, and then now we have another one. So that's interesting.
Well, it's like a domino effect. One falls and the other falls.
True. Yep.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Correct. Yeah, Lewis, I have some comments. I could definitely see the Jets going 8-8 or 9-7 at the that would be the pinnacle, I think, this year for them, because they're going to win some games. I mean, in the division, you might split with the Patriots, but they should be able to beat the Dolphins and the Bills. I mean, both those teams are not, that good. I mean, the Jets went 3-3 last year in the division, or 2-4.
Yeah,
I don't remember what their
division was last year. I think it was 2-4. I mean, but don't forget, we got cheated on a lot of calls, especially from the Patriots. It's dirty, no good.
But like I said, I know the Finns and the Bills are down. I mean, all Miami fans out there, and I have a buddy on here named Jason who's a Dolphins fan, and actually the guy that lives above me in my apartment complex is a Dolphins fan too, and they said that they don't think they're going to win more than 4 games. Well, they have 19 draft picks next year, so that's scary. They have 19 draft picks in the 2020 draft. So
what are you doing?
Scary. Well, I guess they stockpiled them because, they're probably going to get the first overall pick. I don't see anyone in the league finishing worse than them. I think they're the team.
No,
it's scary.
Buffalo.
Buffalo? Okay, you think Buffalo's going to be worse. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that I live in Florida, I don't know who the worst team's going to be in Florida. Is it going to be Miami? Is it going to be Tampa Bay? Is it going to be Jacksonville? All 3 teams, other than the Bucs, are the only team that actually have a legitimate shot of being somewhat decent. But Miami, I don't think, and Jacksonville is just an enigma, So just saying on that.
By the way, did you see you're watching the Jaguars-Dolphins game?
I have it on NFL Network right now. So
I have on the Jaguars-Dolphins game on Fox.
Okay, who's winning the game right now?
Just started. It's only like the second play of the whole game.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so it looks like to me that as of right now, the Giants are up 10-7 over Cincinnati. Washington's up 3-0. The Patriots and the Panthers are tied at 0. Baltimore's up 6-0 over the Eagles, and then the Packers and the Raiders have just started recently, and then of course the Jaguars and the Dolphins. That's the final. I'll be watching the Bucs game tomorrow night. So that's going to be interesting. This is the preseason or this is the regular season rehearsal. Game 3 is the regular season rehearsal. So we should see who get. So I have a question for all the Dolphins, and you can even answer this, Lewis, too. Who do you think is going to be the starting quarterback? Is it going to be Fitzpatrick, or is it going to be Josh Rosen? Who's going to be the starting quarterback in Miami? I'm just curious if anyone has the answer to that question.
Who is the lesser of the 2 evils?
That's I mean, Fitzpatrick did well last year for the Bucs. The first 2 games with Winston being suspended, so he did well the first. I would say first 2.5 games, because again, when they lost the Steelers, he was in the first. They played a great first half, but then fell apart in the second half. So. I don't know.
Well, let's see. For me personally, Fitzpatrick was a joke for the Jets. So, and if he does go as your starter, I feel sorry for all of you. So I think to be on the safe side, I think I have to choose Rosen.
Okay, so you think it's Josh Rosen? I do too. I don't think that he came there as a free agent for nothing. I don't. Think that I didn't see him coming there, being Miami just didn't pick him up for nothing. Now, of course, you have, if they do go bad, do you go after Alabama's quarterback out of the draft next year? And if you do, then Rosen's going to be in the same spot he was this year when the Cardinals drafted Kyler Murray. So I don't know what Will Rosen will do because he'll be right back in the same spot again. Because you're not going to draft you're not going to draft a quarterback number 1 overall and not start it. That doesn't happen.
Right.
Because I think Kyler Murray is going to be the starting quarterback in Arizona. So there you go.
Right.
So I don't see that happening if the Dolphins do get the first overall pick. Now if it's Buffalo on the other hand, okay. If it's the Bills, so be it. I mean, if it's and it may be somebody else. I don't know. I mean, to me, unless it could be the Bengals. I don't know how bad Cincinnati's going to be this year. They got to be.
Oh, they're going to be miserable.
They have to be pretty far down on the list. And I mean, you know what?
Dalton is done.
Yeah. Well, see, there's the question too. So if Andy Dalton is done in Cincinnati, why did they not make a move when they fired Marvin Lewis? Why did they not make a move and move him then and bring in and just start fresh everywhere? That's weird that the Bengals held on to Andy Dalton. That's interesting.
Well, now you see why they're doing so bad.
Yeah.
That's why. Get rid of Dalton. He's not doing any good.
Well, he had, 1 or 2 good seasons? Wasn't it like his first?
Deal.
Well, that's it. Dolphins won't be better.
A one-year wonder.
I had someone, Lewis, tell me that the number 1 pick is going to be the Arizona Cardinals again. You believe that?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay, that will be interesting.
It's possible.
It's possible with a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach. That's a big possibility.
Recipe for disaster.
Well, it is a recipe for disaster because, having a rookie quarterback is one thing, but then having a rookie head coach who's never had any coaching experience, not a
I
good
always say that. I always say that when a coach comes in his first rookie year, the chemistry is not there. I mean, you're not transitioning with them. And you expect them to be horrible. I mean, that's not a nice thing to say, but the reality is that when the coaches first come in, nobody knows how to follow the intake of it, and and they get lost. So naturally, they're going to have a horrible season. Every time a coach transfers over to another team, I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same pattern. They're not connecting, right away, and they have a terrible season.
Well, do you think, Lewis, when you get a new head coach, on a new team, do you think it takes at least a year or 2 years to kind of get the system?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I agree. I mean, I think
sure.
that it's hard to fire a head coach the first year that they're there because they don't have their guys. They have to find guys that do. I mean, just like in college football too, you go to another school. It takes you 2 years to recruit the right guys for your system in hopes that you're there that long enough to be there. Because a lot of times, sometimes you may have 1 year where you just absolutely crap the bed and then you're gone because alumni's not going to put up with that crap. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, but you have to, because the first year I look at it as an adjustment period.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And I don't know about the rest of y'all, but when that happens, I don't expect to see a very positive year. I mean, if you're lucky to get 8-8, you're lucky. But basically, when you have a whole new system, a whole new coach, you're gonna be like in the tank.
Yeah.
4-11, 3-13. I mean, as much as I don't like that to happen, but it's basically the norm. Yeah.
You get a new coach and new personnel. You could definitely see an adjustment period. You're lucky if you get 4 or 5 wins with a new head coach to start off his first year. If you make it to the playoffs, then that's a miracle. That's what I would say. Unless you have a coach that's running the same system and comes in there and just has the right pieces. But I agree with you. It's going to be a 3-11 or 3-13, 2-14 season. And I would hate to say 0-16, but that's happened too. So
Well, now before you go on that, I mean, it has happened that a new coach and when I has made a playoffs in the first year of his coaching tenure with the team and whatnot, but it is extremely rare.
Correct.
It can happen. It's just not likely to happen.
And Lewis, I have a question. I was bringing up my topic before you jumped on. talking about baseball. I mean, I don't mean to switch topics on you here, but talking about baseball.
No, fine.
What is your joke? Well, you guys got first place, so don't worry about that. What's your take on a manager pulling a pitcher out too early, either by him having a feeling that it's time to pull the pitcher out, or going by analytics, meaning that a pitcher is, supposed to only have so many innings per year or whatever it might be? So I guess the question is, what do you believe that it should be done by the manager feeling that it's time for the player to come out? Or do you think, hey, my pitcher's only supposed to have 180 innings this year. He's at 130 right now. We got playoff games coming up. We got to get him out.
Yeah, I think it'd be by innings per year. I mean, don't go by individual game. If your pitcher's doing well in a game, keep him in, especially if you're working on a no-hitter. Why would you take him out? What are you, nuts?
Well, I mean, the reason I bring this up is I think it was a couple weeks back. The Tampa Bay Rays. Charlie Morton was in. He had 5. He was at 4 2/3 innings. Would have gotten to gotten to 6. He was at 5 2/3. Gotten to 6. Would have gotten a win. And Kevin Cash pulled him out of the game before he got the final out. I would have been, as a starting pitcher, I'd have been pissed to get pulled 1 out short of me getting a win. I would be pissed. I would have gone back.
How many hits did he give up, though?
No, I don't think he wasn't really in that much trouble. I don't think he was in that much trouble. I think Cash.
Stupid.
I guess Cash went out after, during his post-game interview or whatever they do. They don't do a press conference in baseball. They kind of just go in the manager's office. The media goes in there.
Right.
And he said something about that he apologized and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I pulled him too early." Well, that's okay, because guess what? You made a mistake, and it cost you that baseball game. So, and again, your team is a half game back of the Indians in the wild card spot, and the Oakland A's are sitting tied with you guys right now for the second spot. So you can't be making these kind of mistakes down the stretch. You got 30 games left.
Nope.
You can't be making mistakes like this, because guess what?
40.
Yeah, 40 games left. So you can't be making mistakes like this. Not this time of the year.
No.
That ain't gonna happen, because you're gonna end up costing your team a playoff spot. And
Can you say moron, boys and girls? I know you could.
Yeah. Yep. Correct. Yep.
If he's doing well, keep him. What do you got to take him out for? That ruins the whole flow of the game.
Well, and then they mentioned something the other day on either MLB Network or MLB.com. They were mentioning that the bullpens around baseball in general are being worn down, because they're being, starting pitchers only go 5, and then so now your bullpens come to get 4. Your closer comes in for 1, maybe 2. So your bullpen's getting taxed, and of course now they do that whole, opener thing where they have your bullpen start the game. So your bullpen's already being taxed as it is. So I don't know. To me, I agree with you. I think that if your pitcher's in there pitching well, if he's got an inning cap, well, too bad. Because if it can get you a win and it can get you into the postseason, then leave him in the game, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. But that was.
Got news for you.
Go ahead.
Cam Newton is out.
Oh no! Oh well, you know what? There goes Carolina's season right there in a heartbeat.
With injury.
There goes, because he already was having shoulder issues. It's kind of the same shoulder issues that Andrew Luck was having. So it's interesting to see now. Did you say foot injury? Did he get hurt in the game?
I did. Yes, I did. I said foot injury.
Because like I said, I'm watching NFL Network, and they have the Falcons and Redskins game on. They're looking at the Falcons and Redskins game. But okay, wow, okay, so Cam Newton is out. So any Carolina Panther fans out there, be worried, because welcome to the bottom of the barrel to join the Buccaneers in the division, because I think it's going to be the Saints, Falcons, Panthers, and Bucs as far as the NFC South is concerned. I have an article coming out later this week about that, so you can go ahead and take a read if you want. But I do have an article coming out about that. Yeah. And I also did one on the AFC East. So because the Patriots are in that division, I write about the Pats and the Bucs.